and welcome to the StudyTravel TV studio in London. I'm Nicola Hancox.
And I'm Jenny Fennelly, bringing you the latest StudyTravel news stories.
The headlines this week: big growth for Brazil's agency sector,
New German Language School Association launched,
and increases in pathway enrolments for Navitas.
So, a very good year for Brazilian agents in 2017, Hanks.
Yes, that's right. As previously suggested by StudyTravel magazine's recent Brazil agency survey, the Brazilian agency sector recorded growth of 23% in 2017 to top 300,000 outbound students for the first time, according to industry research by agency association Belter.
In the full results of the survey, representing 466 agency sales points across Brazil, Canada remained the most popular destination, followed by the USA and the UK. More than 4/5 of responding agents said that Canada was the most popular destination for their clients. Spain was the most requested non-English destination.
Nearly all agents said business increased last year, and Belter said that the average spend increased by 12% to almost $10,000.
As part of the research, Belter also surveyed more than 6,000 students and found that the proportion of self- or family-funded students increased, with Canada cited as the most desired destination.
Over in Germany, STtv, the Association of German Tour Operators and Agencies, has created a new inbound department for members that also provides German language programs for international students.
Speaking to StudyTravel magazine, Julia Richter, Managing Director of STtv, said there was no existing association. She said the German language sector was constantly growing and that providers wanted a platform to exchange ideas and extend business.
Oh, that's great. The initial membership is comprised of 7 STtv members engaged in inbound and outbound business, and Julia said more would join after completing the certification process.
Next up, global pathway provider Navitas has announced a 3% increase in student enrolments for its university partnership division for the first semester of 2018, with growths in all regions.
However, Navitas said growth was slower than expected in Australia due to the introduction of the new simplified student visa framework, which had created a shift towards the highest ranked institutions and postgraduate studies.
Growth in Canada offset losses in the USA that Navitas said had been caused by higher than usual visa denials and ongoing political uncertainty.
Yeah, that's right. And now for a roundup of some of the other news stories this week. Study Gold Coast has capitalised on the opening of the Commonwealth Games by hosting a human rainbow event to celebrate the city's cultural diversity and showcase it as a study destination, with hundreds of international students participating.
Switzerland hosted more than 63,000 international students at its higher education institutions in 2017 to 18, representing a quarter of the student body, according to data released by the Federal Statistics Office.
In Ireland, Apollo Language Centre has launched its own transport company and fleet of branded 50-seater buses, which it said can be used for mini-stays, summer groups, transfers and excursions.
US-based ELT provider College of English Language, CEL, has expanded its San Diego school with a move to a brand new campus.
Australia has announced a range of scholarships and initiatives to strengthen exchange with the ASEAN, or Asian Bloc of Nations, following a recent high-level summit in Sydney.
And also in Australia, the Tuition Protection Service is assisting international students following the announcement that Viva College, an ELT and vocational provider in Brisbane, has gone into administration.
In our Grapevine photo gallery this week, you can find photos from Feltham's recent workshop, Boss's Industry Summit, and East Coast Language College's 20th anniversary. Happy birthday to them.
Happy birthday. That's all for us this week, sponsored by ELS. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.